Hello, everyone. Thank you all so very much for joining us. We're here to talk that stuff. We're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. Mic drop,
Yes.
Michelle.
Mic drop. Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back. We are back, and they are back with a new episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. And this one was it has some stuff in there, but it seems like there's more to come. But we're going to discuss and get into this one. This episode starts off. Well, hold on. Let's also welcome our guest, Erica. She's back for another week. So good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, so anyway, we are the episode starts with Karen. She goes to the DC Improv to kind of just do a review and walkthrough for the Grand Dame and Friends show. And but just initially, y'all, did y'all know what the show was about?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It started to look like Carol Burnett and Friends.
By the end, I still didn't know what it was.
Yeah, even after the show took place. But anyway, they're doing a walkthrough. And clearly Karen didn't really know either, because she was just like, we're gonna do whatever the program is, whatever it is. I know what it is, but Matt, can you talk about it? So Matt begins to tell her all the stuff that's going on in this program. And even as viewers, it's still not quite clear. It's clear that Karen doesn't know, and clear that we don't know what it is. But the show is happening. Matt is producing it, and Karen clarified that it's her show. So we got that. But anyway, we know they're going to talk about love or whatever. But that's that on that. Now we get to Mia and her fake reading to the kids. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, it seemed like she was reading the kids to bed. They running around. Nobody's going to bed, clearly. And when Jacqueline arrives, when she opens the door, it looks like daylight to me. I don't know. I noticed it was daylight. It didn't even look, it might have been dusk, but it was definitely light. It wasn't like however old her kids, I mean, I should say, but my kids didn't go to bed when the lights were up, when they were, that age for sure. But in case, Jacqueline arrives and they are drinking the gentleman's wine. And Mia mentions that, according to everyone else, that her gentleman is Jacqueline's as well. And she's the sister wife without benefits. At least that's what they say. But in any case, they get on this couch all awkward. It was just so weird. Just that whole scene was weird, with them on the couch and who's sitting in the middle. And
They had planned it. They had planned it.
that's what I thought. I thought it was like, okay, y'all, they've been talking about us. They didn't got a little too much tea. We got drunk and told a little too much. So let's clear it up in this scene.
They didn't clear it up well
at all.
It looked all wrong.
And
it looked like Jacqueline might have been doing too much talking.
Mm-hmm.
Because at one point, whenever I rewatched it, of course, and I noticed that she said something about deposit.
Yes. So that's what I got. So she,
what you on, Jacqueline?
Mm-hmm.
What you trying to expose, Jacqueline?
It's so much confusion. So Jacqueline, she wants to point out that the car's in her name. Now, I've only either bought my cars or my husband bought, I don't think I ever had anybody buy a car for me, but I thought somebody could buy a car for you and put it in your name. So her saying that it's in my name is not really saying that she paid for the car. But it is clear that one of them put a down payment. I think it was Gordon. Mia, remember Mia last episode said something like, Gordon ain't got no money. Everybody think it's Gordon with the money, but it's me. I don't believe that either. But
I don't believe it.
Yeah, because she said something about everybody want Gordon to be their sugar daddy. I'm like, sugar daddy's got money. Like, let's not confuse that. But anyway, but it was so much confusion in that conversation, because what I think at the end of the day, the car is in her name. She does have a Porsche that she did not need to buy, because clearly she was spending her money the wrong kind of ways where she needed help with down payment.
G bought it. Can we all just say it together? G bought it. G bought it. And put it in her name. G bought it.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that moment when she said, he loves me? And they kind of paused, and he was like,
yes. I do remember
because
that.
of Mia, I love you. It's almost like they had to redo that way, the whole entire way that she stated that.
Yeah.
Almost like, what are you saying? You know, we don't say it like that.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Did y'all catch that moment?
I did.
I
I
did.
didn't think about them
I thought that
redoing it, but I did catch that. Yeah.
that was weird to me. That's what I found weird. I was like,
And I
oh,
also
that's
caught
y'all like that?
yeah. Also caught Mia. I don't know if you noticed, like Mia kind of was like when she insinuated that G did a down payment. It was kind of like I don't know about. It was kind of like her eyes did a little something weird. But did we lose? Oh, okay. I thought. In any case, we're back. I see everybody now. But anyway, they start to discuss the whole them showering together and all of that kind of stuff. And so she likes showering with Jacqueline, but not with G, because G apparently takes up the whole shower and he likes it lukewarm. But G made it clear that he would take any temperature that she would take. But she clearly likes showering with Jacqueline because they admire each other's bodies. They say they look good and they like the same temperature water. Now, I'm sure most women, well, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I at least have a friend or two that likes hot water. We ain't taking a shower together though.
No.
Yeah.
I've never, no, see, here's the thing. I don't know anybody who does that. Not even relative. You know what I'm saying? You know
I mean,
what
maybe when you were little at your grandma's house and your cousins,
they
or
made
something,
you.
grown
They
folks.
told you to do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Parents
Of
did
course.
that. But this ain't the case.
Oh my
So
God.
I heard it just say it. It's like, okay, I know that women get dressed in front of each other and it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
always been that thing. It really is nothing. We, you know, the same way men get dressed in front of each other and it's nothing. But to try to make it, oh yeah, I just went up there with a flashlight. Nobody's gone up my hoo-ha with a flashlight.
Come on now.
Come on.
And whatever you got, Mia can't diagnose you, girl. I mean, like,
you're not even a doctor, fam.
right.
As my husband would say, fam.
Okay, for real.
Oh.
Yes. So yeah, that was a whole complete mess, but they cleared nothing up. They just caused more confusion. And I still believe that it's something going on with them. I don't know quite what it is, but it's something. Something.
I think
Anyway.
I think her and best friend and got them a whole cushy situation if best friend know how to shut up.
Yeah.
I think in the past, I'm not at the point where I'm gonna say they're still doing stuff, but I think into their adult years they were doing stuff together. That's
because
what I'm
Mia said we've done some promiscuous things, and then she just brought up the flashlight thing, and then kind of played it off like, oh, I was just checking her out. It's almost like she said a little too much, and I had to like bring it back. But yeah, clearly they've done something in the past.
Like she didn't know the right word to use.
Right. That could be it too.
for the lie she was making up in her head on the spot.
Because she do lie.
Talking and she kept going until she cleaned it up.
I tried to at least. Speaking of lies, Ashley and the PYTs meet for dinner. Now, the pretty young things, Deborah, Jules, and I forgot the other girl, but anyway, they all meet for dinner. And when you say PYT and pretty young thing, I usually don't judge people about their looks in general. But if you're going to say that you are a pretty young thing, I'm going to check it out and see if it's accurate. I saw 1.5 pretty young things at the table before Giselle got there.
Yeah.
And Giselle don't count because she ain't young.
Right. She said pretty young mama, pretty mama, whatever she was. And clearly they made that name up walking into the restaurant because nobody remembered what it was throughout the entire episode. Is it pretty little things? Is it pretty young things?
Who you said it was? Who said it was?
Okay. I know we just met last week to get on this show, girl. Anyway,
that whole little thing that was staged. That whole little thing right there, that was staged. I don't know if Giselle was part of it prior to, but all of that was staged. You believe so?
I think so.
Okay.
Giselle's always looking for a way to be a reason to be in the season. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and I remember Candace. So when Candace told off Eric episode 1 or 2 in that bathroom about Giselle, so she apparently was on Giselle's side past season, so she knows how Giselle operates. And now she's on the other side, so she just like, you know what? I know how she operates. So that, like you said, her being at the table makes sense. Yeah. So, but anyway, so they all talk about what happened at the spring fling. So Deborah goes into this bold-faced lie, which is actually is, but she goes into this story about Chris and how he came over and he's like leaning into her and she's trying to stare forward, but you know how like you can see people on the side staring her down. So they introduce themselves and he says, she's like, oh, my husband's name is Chris. And he's like, oh, really? We all have the same name. Chris's are all alike or something like that. Now, without the lean that she insinuated, I wouldn't have even thought that was flirting. If I talk to somebody and I say, hey, what's your name? He says Anthony. I say, my husband's name is Anthony. Oh, wow. Anthony's are all alike or something like that. I'm not thinking he's flirting with me. I think it's weird that you think you know what my Anthony is like, but I don't think you're flirting.
He wasn't even paying attention. Like he was barely paying attention. It was like he was just like, okay, I'm indulging you in this moment. I'm indulging you because I'm here and you're talking to me and I'm not trying to be rude. He was in his phone. His phone was more entertaining than that conversation.
Yes. He was trying to be nice. And I don't know if y'all noticed when they replayed it, she's the one that actually was kind of flirting because she said, nice pink suit. Now, that is not necessarily a flirt, but it could be misconstrued as one where, but she was just like, nice pink suit. I don't think we've met. I'm Deborah. And he says, I'm Chris. And then she goes on with the thing. And he says something similar like, oh, Chris is a common name. I think is what he said. Something like that. Not like all Chris's are alike. Mm-hmm. That didn't even make any sense. I'm like, if y'all gonna lie.
Even the lie she had wasn't enough. It was like,
yeah. And then she bring Eddie.
Clearly, you got something more.
You saw how she brought Eddie into it.
Yeah,
happy Eddie. Yeah. And if he was flirting heavy, and if I didn't know he was married, I wouldn't have known it. But then later she said he wasn't flirting as hard as Chris, but he was flirting heavy. She couldn't keep it together. She could not keep it together.
At first, I thought it could have been a conspiracy. Maybe they paid to edit it out. But after seeing how she threw Wendy's man in it,
they're delusional.
Yeah,
she's delusional.
Every time she flipped that hat, another lie came out of her mouth.
Everybody flirting with you, huh, girl?
Everybody.
You that cold. You a pretty young thing.
It is some people that do think that when men speak to them, they're flirting. Like they think it's not you in the mouth.
No, for real. And that's so aggravating. That's why I said you can't even address a woman about flirting when you don't even know if he's flirting for real. If you don't know that man.
Right.
Like I know people, like I'm one of those type of people. I'm gonna smile in everybody's face if I'm being happy that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody I talk to, I'm gonna have a good word and I'm be smiling and laughing all loud. Anybody can call that. So look, you can mislabel that as flirting, but you'd be crazy.
Okay.
Because you have to see me doing each and every person I see. Oh but if you're crazy for searching, you're gonna say they're flirting. But when you know you're just a jolly person.
So this is the thing. So Chris, okay. So I when I think of Chris, I don't think of Chris as the type of person who is mean or rude. I also don't necessarily think of him as the type of person who is needlessly jovial. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he's kind of even keel. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I didn't see him smile at all tells the story. That by itself tells the story. Because if I'm interested in you, I'm gonna be staring at you. I'm
Mhm.
gonna be I will try to engage you in conversation. I'm gonna laugh at shit that's not funny. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
None of that was happening.
At all. Oh my gosh. So the whole conversation, it was just really delusional. I'm just like, I hope she don't think this, but Ashley clearly is like, my friends are not liars. And she wanted to make sure that this got out because she wanted to help Candace out. She didn't want her to be in the same situation as
She was
she
trying to get her
was,
back. She was trying to
to
get her
have
back.
a husband who cheats on her after you have a baby.
She was trying to get her back.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what she was trying to do. And then she was just like, well, do you think I should tell Wendy? I wouldn't feel right, not sharing that with her. Girl, oh my gosh. She told me if I was in that situation,
just go blow smoke up everybody's ass. Damn.
right. I'm like, oh Lord, she trying too hard for a line. But anyway, they're at Wendy's house. She still looks like she's recovering from surgery. And this is where she tells Eddie, and he finds it hilarious that she was flirting with that he was flirting with Deborah because he smiled or whatever, and that's why. And he was just like, I smile at everybody, like you were saying, like I smile at everybody. That don't mean I'm flirting. Like, am I supposed to not be happy today because you might misconstrue it as flirting? Oh my gosh. But anyway,
that'll make you laugh real hard,
right? So, and the next thing, Mia, Robin, and Giselle, they meet up, and in addition to Mia providing too much information about her son and his balls, they tell her that Karen,
Robin too.
Right. I'm like, can y'all leave y'all babies out of this?
I didn't even know. Look, okay, so I didn't even know that women looked at all of that. I didn't.
I don't. I mean, not on kids or even my kids.
Well, like your.
I didn't know I needed to be looking for that.
Right. they could have dropped. They couldn't have dropped. I don't know.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Like, if you're a mother, well, I don't know about Robin because Robin don't wake up on time. But if you're a mother and your child is in bed and you see this teepee in the middle of the bed, then you know something. You know something is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Something started happening.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she said his balls have dropped. Does that? I don't know. Maybe I picture something different.
So right around the times that your balls drop. That's when you start to
have your okay. Well,
whoa, so they literally kind of like dropped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're learning something new. Look at Real Housewives.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, because think about it, like your kid, like you have boys.
So yeah, but I just assume when you get to a certain age, something is happening or something's going on. But I'm not thinking like, maybe that's a term that I'm not familiar with.
Is that like similar to like the girls getting like their
cycle or whatever?
Or
maybe.
Like you're starting to have produce semen, I guess.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
most definitely.
Well, we learned something new. But
now
the world knows about Robin's kids and their balls.
Well, I will tell you this though. One time I was wearing shorts and my mom was like, "Oh no, you gonna have to take that shirt out."
Oh my god.
That was the most embarrassing moment for me.
I bet. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, luckily our boys were into the whole sagging. I think they probably wearing the same size now as they were like in middle of high school because they were into the whole saggy big clothes thing back then. But anyway, what else happened? Oh, what were you gonna say? Oh, anyway. So they talked about the whole flashlight thing. I mean, they're gonna talk about this to death. But anyway, talked about the flashlight thing again, and then they brought up Peter's girlfriend and Mia telling Karen the real tea. And I don't know if y'all noticed, like the story gets even more elaborate the more and more Mia talks about it. So now we know that there was something going on with Peter's girlfriend, and she was just like, well, yeah, it was our wedding night or bachelorette party or something. She didn't even know what it was. Somehow the wedding weekend, she played around with Gordon and she sang in the wedding. She was in the wedding. It was a lot going on. but she said she's not telling Karen nothing else. That she should at least check with the source. Not you, Mia. That's always spilling tea
on TV.
Right.
That's why Karen said, "Girl, stop."
Come on, right?
Cut it out, Mia.
For real. But
you
she
did
a
punch because the world was gonna know anyways.
For real.
Nah, she shouldn't have told, but still, I understand her psyche on it though.
Okay, that's the show. They tell everybody anything you share on the show, if it's halfway juicy, it's gonna get told. Nobody's holding that. Come on now.
They're gonna expose you. That's their job.
Exactly. But she claims she knows what Karen doesn't like about Sharice, and she just kind of left it there. But I don't know, maybe she has to check with the source. So anyway, we're at Karen's Grand Dame and friend event, and I thought Karen looked really beautiful. I liked her hair. I liked that first outfit. And she mentioned that she had the La Dames, her own little version of Beehive, and Robin didn't have any. What you call them, La Robins or something?
She went there too, baby. She went there.
Yes. So all the ladies arrived.
Robin got her wands. She got her wands.
I don't know she got that.
She got her wands.
Yes. Did y'all see? This is such a semi-sidebar, but it was a TikTok that went viral. It included one, but it was about some kind of I don't know if it was his basketball team. Basically, it was some. You saw that?
Saw that, honey.
Yes.
His basketball coach, one of his basketball coaches, honey. You ain't hear this?
Send it to me.
I don't.
She can tell you about it. We can send it to you, but
yes.
No, send it to me now. We'll put it on so we can see it.
Seduced and catfished one of their players on their team, then blackmailed him into having intimacy with him. I don't know how far they went, but I think it might. And he took pictures of it.
He took what of it?
He took pictures.
The coach did?
So yeah, so the coach blackmail he was catfishing him, like she was saying, but it was like, okay, if you don't send me pictures, this is before I think they had sex. Somehow, if you don't send me, he send me pictures. So he's thinking it's a girl. He's sending her naked pictures. Then the coach is like, okay, I got these naked pictures of you. If you don't have sex with me,
No, he made it seem like they made them have like intimate pictures together too. I thought.
Well, yeah, I think he took pictures of them after they were intimate. Yeah,
or a while. I thought it was a while. And then if when the kid didn't want to do it anymore, he went ahead and put the pictures all out there in the world, like exposed it.
Yeah. So
with himself in it,
they claim one knew about it.
He reported it and they didn't do anything.
Who reported it? The boy?
Yeah. After that happened to him, he reported it and nothing happened.
That's exactly what coaches do. All coaches, every sport. All coaches, it doesn't matter what the scandal is, they hide it. Yeah, I know that from LSU.
Yeah. And was it Penn State? I mean, it's all kind of stuff they've been hiding, but anyway, that was a sidebar for one. Anyway,
he might lose his job, girl.
Ooh, we'll see.
What'd you say?
He might lose his job for that.
Who? Probably not. Well, it depends. He's a recruiting coach, right? And during the season, what position? Like, what position? Not position, but
what do you mean?
As
like
coach,
only recruits people?
Oh, I thought he was a head coach.
No, he's not the head coach.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on your program. It depends on your program. Some programs only have a recruiting coach. Right? Other programs you recruit and you do like you might do offense or you might do defense. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or you might do conditioning or you like different coaches do different things. So, he might not have known depending on his position.
They said that he told him.
The boy told Juan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he knew. Now you
see why I say he probably gonna lose his job. He's been implicated in being knowledgeable and doing nothing as well.
So we'll see. But stay tuned. That's the latest tea on. But I'll try to find a TikTok and send it to you too. But anyway, back to Karen's La Dame Grand Dame.
That little boy wanted to trade up. He wanted wine.
He was gonna start blackmailing. Like, look, I'm gonna tell that you can tell if you don't. But anyway,
he's trying to get the big fish.
Okay, but so they're at Karen's event, and Ashley, of course, brings Deborah, which is super shady, and clearly nobody they don't know what they're there for, what's going to go on. I mean, it was. I mean, the event to me was like whatever. There were singing, dancing, comedy. We couldn't even hear the songs because there's no budget for it. It was just, a lot going on. But
wait a minute, the way they shaded Karen talking about old girl, she got $0 to perform. both times.
No, I thought they meant that the budget. So like you got to pay to have songs.
Karen don't pay that woman.
Okay. I thought they meant they didn't have a budget to play the song on the show. That's why we couldn't hear it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
But she might not have paid her either. Who knows? The lady just might have wanted exposure. But in any case, the good part was when, Mia's question wasn't really all of that. It was really Karen's response.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like her question, it could have, depending on Karen's response, and Karen, she handled it, probably in the best way possible, which made everyone just kind of be like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Because the question was putting her on Front Street.
It really was, yeah. Even if you didn't know who she was talking about, she was like, and sharing it with these two at the table. I'm like, okay, girl. Oh gosh,
exposed her so bad, but it landed so flat.
It did. It really did.
It was like, girl, this ain't where you do that.
Yeah. But she did tell her, what did she say? Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was funny to me though.
But nobody cut the fool on Karen like that though.
That's true. They do a little bit, but they don't go off. But maybe Sharice will. We'll see.
Let's hope.
I know. Because it's time for Build a Puss Project. That's what she called it. Because remember, Mia was getting all her stuff done. Her first season that she was on, she was getting all her genitals done. So that's why she called her a Build a Puss Project. I thought that was funny. But anyway,
she was trying to tighten it up.
The show.
She was trying to tighten it up.
Tighten and do all kind of stuff. I don't know what she was. Actually, you really can't believe Mia with everything too. But anyway, at the end of the show, Ashley, the great friend she is, it's like, Candace, I didn't introduce you to my friend Deborah. And she was like, oh, is this your friend that Chris is supposed to be grabbing on? And she was like, I didn't say he grabbed, he was just flirting heavily. And so she goes on and shares this whole story again with the lie. And what was hilarious to me, I don't like Mia, but I had to give her this one. She was like, now, Wendy and Candace, who she don't really like, she was like, about an 8 plus. Deborah's about a 4.5. I mean, she's cute, but not cute.
Not cute. Like, let's be real. Let's be real, y'all. Let's be real.
How accurate is that?
It was. It's like
a strange looking woman. She's very
she was
unattractive.
Yes.
I was gonna say unique looking, but I'll give you that. She did.
Like,
I mean,
that's like saying the baby is precious.
Right, precious. Candace can read it. When she said Sesame Street character, it was so accurate. Like, and I mean, if you go on Twitter, they got all kind of Sesame Street characters. And she looks like them all. Like she looks like
them brows, Bert and Ernie.
Oh my god. And so
Candace is so smart. And Candace ain't even my favorite character, but I really felt for her in that moment because I really felt like this woman is thirsty as hell.
Yes.
In this space and be lying. The way she lied, somebody in production would have folded by now and exposed that he really was flirting.
Right.
But everything that she said, there was no footage of it. None.
No footage. And when there was footage of some of the stuff she was saying, but we see it happen quite differently than you described. Yeah.
None of the flirting, none of the
leaning in, right?
With that old ugly
her down.
You try to give yourself, girl, you ain't relevant like that.
And then she made it seem like, didn't they make it seem like he flirted with all of her friends, but none of her other friends had a story to tell, and we didn't see footage either way with those friends. I'm just like, ooh, they really trying hard for a storyline.
They want to be on the show so bad.
Yes. And I think so Candace, you know, she's good for going off if she needs to, but I think this episode she was like, you know what, y'all not about to use me this season. Because when when Ashley was like, don't you want to talk to my friend? Like at the end of the show, like, I know you had weird feelings about my friend. She was like, no, you know what, girl, no, we're about to leave. Why are you dismissing my friend? And then the girl, I can't believe the girl was like, do you want to chat one-on-one? She was like, no, ma'am.
No.
That was thirsty. That
Yes.
was thirsty.
I was proud of Candace.
Very proud.
Not either, baby.
We have nothing to say.
We have nothing to discuss. Oh, he flirted with you. Okay. And he left with me. How do you feel about it? Does that make
Did y'all notice?
Did that make you feel some type of way?
Right.
Shit.
Also, Robin has been
digits. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, he left with nothing. I mean, it was nothing that insinuated flirting. Like he didn't get a number. He didn't like rub her hand like Jacqueline did G arm when they were sitting in the middle. Nothing happened. So anyway, these people are a mess. But did y'all notice? Oh, one thing I did like about Robin, she did at least give Candace the heads up that like, okay, this is the one. So you won't be smiling in her face. Yeah.
That was a be on standby. So you're coming. You're coming.
Okay.
You're coming.
And then they said something. It was something they did, and this I think it's like a Black woman thing. They didn't say nothing, but they were like, "I know what you're talking about." And I think they both were saying like, "Chris supposed to be flirting with that." Yeah. Kind of like,
like, come on now. Like they had a come on now moment on screen. Like,
okay. And like you said, Erica, you usually like upgrade or at least try to get something a little better if you're gonna like risk your marriage
in front of the world. If you're gonna risk it all, she better be Beyonce.
Come on now.
Give me a reason to say, well, I understand, dog. If I was in your situation, I would have asked for a hall pass too. You know what I'm saying? Give me something to work with.
Right.
Won't sit up here and come on now. That girl wore a button down to their little hangout. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with a button down, but you sitting up here talking about this man was flirting with you a couple days ago. Why you ain't all done up? You knew the cameras was coming when you was like,
she was. That was the best she could do.
Thing.
She had on a button-down shirt. That's how I knew she was.
It was like a little I don't even know what it was.
You ain't even a good thirsty, sweetheart. Your hair ain't done, your makeup ain't done, you ain't dressed to the gods. If you're gonna be blessed if you're gonna be that thirsty, you're supposed to be dressed to impress.
And the thing is, like Jermaine said, I think she thought she was. I think she attempted to be dressed and pressed. With how the eyebrows were, how the eyebrows were.
That's just
looking like Snuffleupagus.
Snuffleupagus.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the end of the episode, but of course they hinted at this Riviera Maya drama. It's Ashley's trip, it seems like, girls' vacation. And they show Mia and Jacqueline falling out and Karen and Sharice falling out. So Mia and Jacqueline, I must have got this from Twitter. Maybe it was a preview or something, but I saw something where Mia was saying that at the comedy, not the comedy show, but the DC improv thing, that they all had, I guess, the same sitter or nanny. And the nanny called G, I think the nanny called G and was trying to ask about Jacqueline's kids. So nanny called G asking about Jacqueline's kids. And me was like, that ain't my kids, ask her. And so Jacqueline felt some kind of way, like you could at least, like basically like you could at least address it even though it's not your kids or something like that. And so they apparently get into it really hard, really bad on the airplane ride, like loud and ghetto in first class. And then it continues on the trip. So I saw this. It must have been a clip on Twitter or something, because I realized when I rewatched it, I didn't see that. So it must have been
I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, right. So it must be like you know how they say, oh, maybe upcoming next week or whatever. So I did see that. Now, Karen and Sharice, I didn't see anything about, but they mouthed the words. And I don't know if Sharice said something about her mama, because she was like, don't bring my mama into this. I did see that. And they seemed really upset. Like, They could
I
go
think
to
they was homegirls back in the day. They around the same age. They used to run them streets together. Baby. They beefed out in real life. Something really happened between them.
Because you know how like they'll have fake beefs and still invite you to that stuff. Sharice was not on that invite list.
Oh, she was for real. I see that Karen say, "Baby, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you."
It's over. So
I ain't got no problem with that.
We will see. We will see. So that's coming up next week. Yes, yes. Anything else y'all want to discuss on the show that I missed or y'all want to talk about?
Nah, this particular show, it wasn't heavy on drama. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that next week's episode is so much better.
It looks like it will be. At least there's 2.
Hopefully, because they've been teasing Sharice since the beginning of the season. So you know,
like, when is this gonna happen? Oh my gosh! So
I'm starting to actually like what is it, Candace more? I didn't think that I would, because she just had to. She's really, I guess getting butt ratatat on TV. That'll bring you down back to earth a little bit. Her mouth still, runs all over the place, but I like how she's starting to handle her stuff with people, especially when she didn't get a woman what she was looking for.
Right.
I did enjoy the episode. I didn't think it was a drama. I didn't think it was enough drama. It wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, they gave us so much drama in Miami.
Whew. They did.
Yes.
They did. That was packed. That was a good one.
I was like, woo, every episode. I'm like, because I was telling Jermaine, I was just like, usually, I don't know if you remember back in the day, it was usually like one main scene that you wait the whole season to see. And that was like several times a day in Miami. I'm like, y'all just on day 2. There's been 3 fights. So yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
That's being had.
That's some pent up, I don't know, feelings about each other. That's just bubbling out all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Facts. Well, it was great talking to y'all today.
Yeah.
About the drama, talking that stuff.
Yeah. Thank you all so very much for watching. Remember, always like, comment, subscribe, and share. Have a great one, y'all.
Take care.